And a very pleasant good evening, everyone. Art Kimball and Dan Irvin with you tonight, and the scene of the action, the U-High Gymnasium. Dan, we've got an intercity matchup. Your old alma mater, the Saints of Central Catholic against the U-High Pioneers. Corn Belt game, important game for both clubs.
I'm going to go ahead and get the trite saying right out of the way, right off the bat, Art. The record book goes out the window, of course, when these two teams get together. And Central Catholic won the last matchup, so you have the revenge factor in operation for U-High. Boy, it should just be a great ball game.
Well, the first game went to Central Catholic 56-49 in somewhat surprising fashion in the intercity tournament way back Thanksgiving weekend. And certainly tonight the Saints have to be favored. They have the better overall record, but we'll see what happens. So we'll be back very shortly. Central Catholic, U-High, intercity battle from the U-High Gymnasium. Well, we're ready for the introduction of starting lineups here at the U-High Gym. And Dan, I think the first thing we should comment on, a very good crowd, a lot of enthusiasm.
Very good crowd. U-High hasn't had that many home games this year, though. The fans haven't had a chance to get a look at them that often.
Number 3 at home.
Unbelievable late in the month of January, only a third home game.
And I think that can maybe be an indication of their record. They stand at 6-10. Lineups are being introduced. Let's pick them up for you for Central Catholic. And now going out for U-High, wearing number 14 is Brady Knight. That was Shanahan, Jack Shanahan, I believe, who went out on the floor initially for Central Catholic. Here's Josh Davis checking in, and Davis, as you see, is a 5'6" senior. He's averaging 14.5 points per ball game. Now checking out for U-High is Eric Graff, as Graff goes out on the floor. There's Shanahan. We're seeing the Central Catholic starters in the graphic on the screen right now as they are using the NCAA style of alternate player introductions.
I never liked that, Art. I didn't think you're not able to get the crowd as whipped up if you don't introduce all those home players at once.
Well, that's exactly the reason they don't do it, you know. We'll review them quickly. You're seeing them on the screen, and for Central Catholic, it will be Steve Dunn. He'll be at center. Dunn is a 6'2" junior. The forwards are Rob Zanoni. Zanoni is a 5'10" junior. Tony Kiley, who's been on a hot streak of late, a 5'10" junior, goes at the other forward.
Good three-point shooter.
He's scored 46 points in the last 2 games, Dan. The guards are Josh Davis, who we mentioned, the scoring leader for the Saints with a 14.5 norm, and Jack Shanahan, a playmaker, 3.5. For U-High, they'll go this way. At the forwards, Brian Beverly, 6'3", 200-pound senior strong boy inside, along with Neil Hubbard, the coach's son. Neil is 6'3 and a half, 170, a sophomore, has averaged 9.1 since coming up just a few weeks ago, just prior to Christmas. At center, it's John Lippick, 6'7", 180, a senior with a 14.7 average. The guards are going to be Eric Graff, 6', 150, a junior, and Brady Knight. He's 5'10", 145, and Knight is a sophomore. Our officials here tonight, the Jones boys. But it's not Jimmy, it's Ronnie and Rodney working here tonight. A couple of veteran officials, and we're about set to go with this one.
And something to watch immediately, our Central Catholic at just an extraordinary size disadvantage. They're going to have to deal with those big U-High boys up front.
Saints in their traveling navy blue, trimmed in gold and white, as you note. U-High in their home white, trimmed in Kelly green and gold. Opening jump ball, and Central Catholic in possession of Shanahan. Holds the ball way out front on the left side of the floor. Here's Josh Davis with it now. Josh, right corner to Kiley. Can't get it home. Kiley will do probably a lot of shooting. He's got to be confident, Dan. He's scored 46 points in the last 2 outings.
And he's had 10 three-pointers, I believe, in those 2 games, Art.
Sophomore point guard Brady Knight is stripped by Shanahan. Shanahan has the solo against Brady. 2-0 Central Catholic.
See the Central Catholic quickness. That's what John Snyder lives and dies with, the quickness of this team. And there you see the full court pressure, Art.
It's the famous ball press used initially by Collinsville, of course, the famed Virgil Fletcher over that ball press, and then it was used here in town over at Bloomington High School. And now John Snyder has only used it for 32 years. People know what John's going to throw at you. 32nd year as the head man at Central Catholic. Pioneers in the defensive zone and nobody back there to help. Here's number 14, Graff, with the basketball. To Lippick. Lippick, number 44, inside. Back out front. Hubbard, long bomb, will not go. Rebound is controlled. Scrambling for the ball at the baseline for Central Catholic is Tony Kiley.
Central Catholic in the 2 games ago jumped to a 15-0 lead against Clinton. They'll be looking for that kind of a start here.
Here's Josh Davis, 3-point range. You can count it, Josh Davis with the 3-pointer. Usually when he starts hot, Dan, that's not good news for the opposition. Here's a good look at Josh running back down the floor.
We're going to see that Central Catholic quickness and perimeter shooting against the U-High size. They're going to have to contend with it. There they got it inside.
Lippick inside, can't get it to stick. Beverly with the board. Bryan goes up and in. Basket counts, fouled on the play. Nice play on the inside by Brian Beverly, the U-High strong man in the middle. And the personal foul was whistled against the Saints, Steve Dunn. Dunn picks up the personal. 5-2 ball game. Lead belonging to the Pioneers, and at the line is Brian Beverly, 6'3", 200-pound senior.
John Snyder refers to Beverly as a man's man inside.
Fine football player as well. 5'3", 2-point margin to the Saints. Shanahan bringing the ball to the timeline, being dogged out front by Brady. Graff and Brady are the guards for U-High. Now, Graff is coming off a leg injury early in the season, which slide on him a little bit, but he's been healthy in recent outings. Shanahan, the point guard for Central Catholic. There you see him holding the ball on his left hip as he comes to the right side of the floor, as we view it, to Kiley.
It's like a 3-2 zone, so the shots are going to be there for the Saints if they can hit them.
Kiley at 3-point range, airs it. Beverly hauls down the air ball. Up quickly. Brady gets the ball to Graff. Graff on the drive. Beverly with the board and the rebound bucket.
Excellent handling of the transition there by U-High. Real good ball movement.
We're tied at 5 apiece. 5:54 showing initial quarter. Definitely as long. I think probably we're talking about a 2-3 basically, or maybe even a 1-3-1 from Cal Hubbard. Brady picks up the ball at the free throw line. His poke won't go. Rebound. Off the floor, Hubbard. Hubbard down quickly. Right side to Brady. Brady on the drive now, or make it Knight. Brady Knight is his name.
Again.
Here's Shanahan on the steal. Jack Shanahan brings the ball over the timeline, and he looks out front at that U-High zone defense. Beverly is underneath, number 34. Lippick on the left wing defensively, 44. Pretty much a 1-3-1, I think, now, as Beverly sags back to the base. We're tied at 5. Josh Davis, Shanahan, Kiley. Back to Shanahan, top of the circle.
Good
low
patience.
Inside Zanoni. Here is Davis. Oh, look at this leaping attempt on the rebound by Kiley. Didn't go. U-High on the steal. Pioneers bring it down. U-High on the attack with Eric Graff, number 24, at 3-point range inside the Lippick. Lippick's turnaround. It won't go. And again, the rebound comes long and hauled down by Rob Zanoni. Zanoni, one of those blue-collar ball players for the Saints, had a good year. He's a 5'10" junior on the perimeter. Shanahan's shot won't go. Dunn boards it. He scores.
No blocking out there by the U-High offensive rebounders, and an easy basket.
Saints take the lead by 2, 7-5. Art Kimball with you along with Dan Irwin from the U-High Gymnasium tonight. Good crowd on hand. Inter-city matchup, but more importantly, a Corn Belt Conference tilt. Lippick can't get it down. Beverly with the board. Bryan scores. Little fadeaway by Brian Beverly on the inside. He has hit the offensive boards 3 times. Dan gotten all 3 home.
They're really dominating on the offensive glass right now. Central Catholic, of course, again, much smaller. Davis can't hit anything.
Rebound done. Fought for. Scramble. Neil Hubbard in the corner. Neil gets it out of there. Nice looking sophomore at 6'3.5", isn't he?
Definitely.
Brady Knight across. Inside the Lippick. Rolls out.
He's just not been able to buy a shot
thus far. John's had a flock of them inside, and nothing has gone down as yet. Lippick is averaging 14.7 on the season. He's the biggest man on the floor, 6'7".
It's a problem that U-High's had all year, Art. Cal Hubbard has complained that they've really gotten the shots. They've just not been able to get them down.
They're a 38% shooting team from the field. That tells you something. Dunn, skip pass over the zone defense. Shanahan. Josh Davis, 3-pointer on the way.
Well, he's not shy.
Zanoni, got it.
And if you've got that kind of board work underneath, you don't have to be.
Rob Zanoni got that rebound strictly on position. 9-7, Central Catholic. The Saints won the first matchup a long time ago, though, 56-49 in the Inter-City Tournament. Well, that seems like eons ago, doesn't it? Graff from the side, 3-pointer. If it goes,
it's gonna go.
It goes.
A pro rim, a professional rim on that end.
Eric Graff gives the lead to the Pioneers for the first time in the ballgame, 10-9. It wasn't a swisher, a rattler. He used every bit of iron available. Shanahan. Skip pass again over the zone. Rob Zanoni, number 23. They come around the defense. Here is Kiley, number 25. 3-point effort, no good. Rebound. Base, hauled out of there. Controlled by Dunn. After a nice save by Zanoni. Boy, Zanoni's made some big plays underneath that attack.
Really hustling.
Here's Josh Davis again. 10-9 ball game, 2:45. Rapidly played first period.
It's impressive the way Central Catholic moves the ball around the perimeter against this zone. There, Davis got one down.
I'm not sure how he released that ball either. Davis was leaning in. As you noted, he just sort of flung the ball in the air. She dropped through. 11-10. Central on the lead by a single point. Having trouble is Graff at the timeline. Clears it over to Brady Knight. Right back out now to Eric Graff. They go to Lippick. Lippick powers up and got this one. Well, maybe that'll get John started. Good power move inside, 12-11 U-High.
He's a key to this game at 6'7". He should be able to have things his own way inside.
Central Catholic is 9-8 on the season overall. They were 15-12 a year ago. They're 4-2 in the Corn Belt. They have been described as overachievers, and I think that's pretty accurate this year.
John is pleasantly surprised with that record right now.
John's a fine coach, so no question about that. Jumper by Josh Davis, up, rolls around, Lippick with the board. That tantalizingly hung on the rim up there, Jeff. Wouldn't go down. Boy, late in the ball game, if that was the deciding shot, that'd drive you bananas, wouldn't it? Brady Knight at the free throw line. Back to Graff. They go to Beverly. Beverly working inside on Dunn. Instead to Lippick. Lippick pulls it up and in.
He's 2 in a row now for Lippick.
Credit Beverly with a nice assist there. Beverly saw Lippick was free. Hit him 14-11. 3-point lead U-High. Biggest Pioneer lead in the ball game.
That's the mark of a good power forward. He can look off to that pivot man.
Kiley won't go. Rebound, first foul of the ball game, and it's going to go to Brian Beverly. Not the first foul, second foul. First foul on U-High.
Pretty much as we had expected. U-High is dominating things inside. Central Catholic's going to have to create some turnovers with that press and use that quickness.
Got a 14-11 ball game. The margin to U-High by 3. We're going to see it again inside. Here is Lippick. Going to see the foul. The foul, as you saw, that trip over the back was Beverly. Right side, it's Josh Davis. Davis down the lane. Substitution out there for U-High. Shot blocked by Beverly, but a rebound by Steve Dunn is good.
Here's a violation with Hubbard stepping over the line, and it's a turnover. Central Catholic get it underneath.
Yeah, excuse me, Dan. Chris Jones has checked in the Central Catholic lineup. He's wearing number 42. He's a 6'2" senior. Transfer into Central Catholic, I believe, his second year there. Long shot, Davis, rims. Dunn went for the board, couldn't get it. Here's number 23 with the basketball, though. Rob Zanoni looks at the clock with 1:02 to go. 14-13, 1-point lead. Belongs to the U-High Pioneers. Power move inside by Jones, won't go. Foul on the board, and I think it was on Steve Dunn coming off. Either Dunn or Jones. Let's pick it up for you. Now they gave the foul to Chris Jones.
We'll have a replay of that. We'll see Jones committing the foul on the rebound. Just missed the shot.
A little irritated the ball didn't go down. One of those retaliation fouls.
You'll see that so many times when the player misses the shot, then he'll go after the rebound a little bit too hard and lose it.
Jeff Graham has come on for U-High, scrambles for the basketball. 10-second violation. Graham, you'll notice, you can see Graham's right wrist is pretty heavily taped. He doesn't have a fracture there, I understand, Dan, but there's some problem with the wrist, a sprain or something, and he has been, maybe 60-70%, but giving it a shot out here tonight.
And as you noted earlier this year, Art, that's the injury of the year in the Twin Cities is the wrist. Everybody having wrist problems.
14-13, our tally right now. The lead by 1 to U-High. Pioneers up 1. Central run it down for the good shot at the buzzer. 23 seconds remain to play in the first period. Central would like a go-ahead bucket here. Pioneers back in that zone defense, and now it looks pretty much like a 2-3. They may be matching a little bit too, Jeff. Sometimes it looks like a 1-3-1 or sometimes a 2-3. Of course, depends on the way it's attacked. Here's Josh Davis at long range. It hangs up there, won't go.
Oh, good
Jones.
Rebound. Just 2 seconds left as he puts it down.
And that rebound effort by Chris Jones gives the Saints the lead by 1 at the quarter. So at the end of one period here at University High School, Corn Belt Conference battle, it's Central Catholic 15, U-High 14. Well, Dan, you specialize in these nail biters, don't you? Last time you worked one of these things, it was what, 1 or 2 pointer?
That's right.
This may be the same way. 15-14, the lead to Central Catholic. It's U-High with the basketball. Lippick now has gone to the top of the free throw circle, actually outside the three-point arc, and there you see him retrieving number 44. Here's Graham. Graham driving right, top of the free throw circle, back to Lippick. Lippick actually prefers to play facing the basket than with his back to the bucket. Now Beverly is the postman. You see Brian get the ball inside. Now to Lippick, goes down the lane.
There he goes down the lane.
And even that move was facing the basket, kind of a half jump hook, 16-15 Pioneers.
With Jones guarding him, he got away with the move down the lane.
Tony Kiley scrapes the outer iron, no good. Jones off the glass and in.
Chris Jones has come in off the bench, Art, and gotten 2 stickbacks, and we noted off the air earlier the benches in this game might be a real key because neither team really expects a whole lot of scoring from this 6th and 7th.
John Snyder actually started Jones against Muhammad Seymour in a couple of other games. Likes him off the bench a little better. There's Brian Beverly with the left-hand turnaround. As you noted, the ball is carried off the iron. U-High trailing by a point. Here's Steve Dunn. Cross court. Dunn's a good ball player. Zanoni actually is playing the point now with Shanahan out of there. So here's Rob Zanoni, who can board for you, hit the offensive glass, and also can swing out and play a little guard. Of course, all these Saints can play guard, with maybe the exception of Chris Jones. Josh Davis, boy, he's an exciting little ball player. Fine football player, Mr. Davis. He was really exciting in that sport. A lot of times they couldn't find him. He just ran all over the place. Traveling violation that trip.
Dragged the pivot foot there, but as you noted, a team full of guards is basically, you'll probably be able to see him. Well, we just missed. That happened just after he dragged the pivot foot.
All right. Hubbard brings it across. Hubbard right side to Brady Knight, back to Lippick. Big John holds high. U-High's football quarterback. Speaking of a great football season, what a year the Pioneers had. Here's the holdout underneath. They're going to catch Kiley, I believe. Kiley had his hand in the cookie jar that trip, and he's whistled for the foul. Foul number 1 on Tony. 9.7 average. He has really moved his average up from about the 7-point plateau, Dan, up into very close to double figures.
Just really has caught fire the past couple of, as you mentioned earlier, 23 points the last 2 games. And a lot of it from way outside.
Jeff Otto has just come in for the first time, number 30 for the Pioneers. They take Beverly out, another lineup change as they're going to move Hubbard now off to a forward position. There he is, the ball, number 32. Neil Hubbard moves to a forward slot. Graff is back in the ball game. He's off on the left wing. They actually are posting Neil Hubbard inside. They tried to get the ball to him. Nice defensive job by the Saints. Up quickly is Kiley. Kiley sagged in front, came up with the steal. Right side now to Kiley to Zanoni. Let's credit Zanoni with the steal, not Kiley. Number 23 instead of 25. At any rate, shot by Jones. Great block by Lippick. The ball rolls out of bounds, goes back to Central Catholic.
There's
John
the
Lippick
rejection by the big fella.
Yeah, quarterback doesn't get a chance to swat the ball down to somebody else.
Mr. Spalding right there.
Good job by the guys on that one. Good replay. Nice block by Mr. Lippick. Cruz on the ball tonight, aren't they? Left corner is Dunn. Dunn looking inside to Chris Jones. Back out to Josh Davis. Zanoni to Kiley. Back to Zanoni. 17-16. Central by a point. Just underway in the second quarter. Dribble drive. Shot by Jones is blocked on the inside by Otto. Rebound Jones. You saw it.
Well, Chris Jones has 3 baskets in a row now for Central Catholic, and he has really provided that spark off the bench.
19-16, Central Catholic leading, and Jones, as Jeff points out, or Dan points out, has been a big factor with his offensive punch. Of course, he's by far the biggest Saint out there, although, well, he and Steve Dunn. Snyder's playing his big lineup now with 2 6'2s on the floor. Shot by Lippick, won't go.
It's probably not a shot that Cal Hubbard wants out of Lippick.
On the dribble drive. Down low, Dunn. Dunn's got it. Steve Dunn rolled it home.
There's Central Catholic creating a transition basket where there really wasn't one, and timeout for U-High.
That's the best run of the ball game by either club. The Saints now go up 5 at 21-16. U-High forced to take the timeout with 4:46 left to go in the second quarter.
We may get a look at that fast break basket before we go to a break here. With a nice pass off, seeing the floor very well and getting the bucket.
That was done with a follow-up effort. And we'll be back. 21-16. The lead belongs to Central Catholic. Good run by the Saints. They have outscored U-High in the game's second period 6-2, and as a result have that 21-16 lead. They came into the second quarter down 1 at 15-14. Otto inbounds to Neil Hubbard and now Rogers. Clark Rogers with the basketball for the Pioneers. He's a 5'10", 150-pound senior. Was the starting point guard earlier in the season. Here is Hubbard. Hubbard back to Rogers. Rogers outside the three-point arc. Works to Graff. Graff at the free throw line. To Hubbard. Hubbard's long-range three-pointer won't go. Rebound. Josh Davis skies. Davis has a man ahead of the break. Zanoni. Here's the solo by Rob off the glass and in.
Zanoni doing a good job sneaking away on the left side, but that doesn't help unless Davis sees him. He did.
John Snyder's Saints playing well right now. 23-16, 7-point lead. Pioneers need a little run. Lippick at the baseline. Powers around Jones to the glass. Won't go. Rebound. Chris Jones gets it out of there.
Again, the inside shot that just won't drop for the Pioneers.
And the Saints pretty well limiting the Pioneers to just one shot at the hoop. Shanahan back out there, number 11 for Central. Here's Zanoni on the drive. He scored.
Good baseline move by Zanoni. And the Saints now with an 8-point run have opened it up a little bit.
Yeah, they lead by 9 at 25-16. For the U-High Pioneers, Clark Rogers brings it across. Rogers to Graff. Graff at three-point range. Got it. That's a big bucket at that point for U-High.
That is a big bucket, Art, but the Saints have totally shut off the inside now, which in all honesty is where U-High is going to have to do it.
Yeah, one would think so, although, boy, in this era of the three-point shot, that sometimes fools you, Dan. The insertion of Chris Jones in the lineup made a big difference in the inside game.
That has been a big difference for
and perhaps
Central
as much defensively as offensively. Zanoni to the base, bounce pass. There's the steal by Clark Rogers.
Rogers saw it coming. It was telegraphed a bit. He filled that passing lane and had an easy interception.
Rogers to Graff to Lippick. Rebound, Chris Jones. Again, one shot. One shot at the hoop. Down quickly,
and ahead of the pack again, but Jones has a whistle. He got him for steps.
Rob took a couple of extra strides on that left sideline. We're going to take a look at it. Here's the Zanoni shuffle coming right here.
Mr. Jones saw.
Boom, 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 boom. First down.
Got to dribble the ball on the way in there.
I'll tell you, our replay guys are good on that traveling, aren't they? They're right on top of that.
Their favorite play.
Here's the feed to Lippick. Lippick out to Hubbard. Hubbard sails in. Baseline. Won't go.
Whoops.
Rebound. Dunn. Dunn has it deflected. Here's Josh Davis.
Running.
Watch Josh force it down to Jones. And Kiley got it.
Well, they had Kiley on the deflection there. It was a billiard shot.
27-19, 8-point margin being held by Central Catholic with 2:31 to go in the half. Here is Brian Beverly. Won't go. Tipped by Beverly. No good. On the rebound, they're going to call Beverly over the back.
Here you have it again, Art. The fellow that misses the shot going over the back, a little bit over anxious to atone and picking up the personal foul.
Foul number 2 on Beverly. It's a common violation. The ball will be inbounded by Central Catholic. So far in the game, the Saints have been whistled for only 3 fouls and U-High for only 2.
2.5 minutes left in the half, and U-High has been held to just 5 points.
Here's Josh Davis. Davis to Steve Dunn. Dunn number 34, holding it high. You see that zone extending a little bit with Clark Rogers out there, and Graff almost had the steal, kicked it. Eric Graff is pretty quick, and so is Rogers, and they're trying to extend out of that zone just a little bit and force some pressure. Josh Davis with his first breather of the evening, and back in is Zanoni. They don't take Zanoni out very long, do they?
With 2 minutes left in the half, maybe John will hope to rest Davis and then get him the halftime break as well.
Yeah, neither coach has to worry about a foul problem at this point. 27-19, 8-point Central Catholic lead. The Saints in their traveling blue. Pass for Kiley. Kiley wasn't quite ready for it as Jack Shanahan wheeled the ball in the corner. Hit up against the wall here in the U-High gym, and the Pioneers will inbound. And we have a holdout on Clark Rogers. That was a back pick away from the ball by Shanahan.
That's a turnover.
Indeed it is. The foul is on Graff. It's also pretty crafty on the part of the Saints. They set that up nicely and got the foul call. That's a good situation late in the ball game, and you got to have the ball back. And it's
You'll
tight.
see that quite a bit. Sometimes the player will even the defensive player will try to run himself into that pick and pull the offensive player down on top of it.
I must confess, I didn't see exactly what happened, but obviously it was a collision, and Graff was the guy that collided with
was way off the ball.
Yeah, way off the ball. Here's Zanoni. Shanahan. Left corner as we view it off to Dunn.
I have to go back to it. I'm really impressed with the coaching job and the way Central Catholic moves the ball against this zone.
To the basket. Shot was no good by Zanoni. There's the rebound, Jones, but he drew the foul.
Here's Chris Jones again.
Chris went up battling hard, and let's see who picked it up on the inside side. We're going to see the flurry underneath.
Chris Jones with perfect position, go up for the ball, and there he's fouled.
And fouled pretty good. That's a big league foul. The personal goes again to Eric Graff. That's Eric's second. At the free throw line will go Jones. The Saints as a team on the season are shooting only 56% at the free throw line and 42% from the field. And John Snyder, when I talked to him before the game, was lamenting the club's free throw shooting. He won't lament that one. They're 1 out of 1 tonight. One more throw to Chris Jones. Strong 6'2" senior. Josh Davis going to come back in, and checking out is Tony Kiley. So far, Jones has been the scoring leader for Central by not much, with 7, and Rob Zanoni has 6. Steve Dunn has 6. Pretty good production out of your front line. Josh Davis has 5. Second throw by Jones is a bullseye. 29-19. 10-point lead to Central Catholic. Clark Rogers circles away from Shanahan, number 11 for Central. Right side, gets the pass off. The shot by Graham, no good. Jeff gets his own board. Back to Rogers, down the lane, in the paint, off the glass.
That was a great pass by Jeff Graham. Instead of going back up, you'll see he gets his own rebound, but instead of going back up, he looks for that open man in the lane.
And a nice move by Rogers for the bucket. Low is Steve Dunn. We've got a 29-21 score. The lead to Central Catholic. Scramble as the Pioneers have 2 guys on the floor. I was going to mention that U-High's coach Cal Hubbard has coached 17 years. 2 years at Raymond Lincolnwood, 4 at Westmont, 7 at Rock Falls, 2 at Moline, 2 at Lincoln, before returning to his prep alma mater here. He's done almost as many coaching jobs as I have radio and TV stations. Here's a steal by Graff. Graff lost the ball, got it back.
At least they have possession.
And Shanahan is caught for the reach-in.
Yeah, Graff had visions of grandeur of going in there and doing something spectacular, but at least he got the ball. And possession for U-High with just 52 seconds to go. There's a nice steal. You saw him step in, anticipate the pass, and he might have double dribbled.
Yep. U-High's got the basketball. Here's Brian Beverly in the paint. Rebound, struggle for it. Out of it for Central Catholic comes Zanoni again with 42 seconds to go in the half. Saints up 8, 29-21.
I think I heard Josh Gibson holler 1. We'll see if they try to run it down.
Art Kimball, Dan Irvin with you from the U-High gym tonight. Good crowd on hand. Corn Belt Conference contest. The Pioneers really not in the Corn Belt race for the title, but certainly Central Catholic is. They could go 5-2 with a win here tonight in the league.
And there's just a lot of pride and bragging rights, of course, with this ball game.
Oh, yes. You see what that Corn Belt's going to do next year? Add Prairie Central?
No, I didn't know that.
Clinton's leaving, Prairie Central's coming in. How's that for competitive balance, huh?
They didn't add a Patsy, that's for sure.
They sure didn't. Josh Davis, collision. How are we going to sort this one out? The foul goes to the Pioneers.
Call that a blocking foul.
Matt Kane, who just came in the ball game.
Let's see if Kane's feet are set. No, he's moving.
Looked like the last lap at Indy, didn't it? Those 2 guys collided at the turn. Who are they going to put at the line? Josh Davis, I would think. Yeah, here's little Josh, all 5, 6 of him walking to the stripe. Davis has had a couple of really big nights. I can recall, I think, a 26 and a 25-point evening for Josh. But when he heats up on that three-pointer, he's so quick on the release.
Not afraid to shoot the ball either.
Free throw is good by Josh. He'll have one more toss coming. Bonus rule is in effect, of course, now as far as the Saints are concerned. They lead it by 9 again at 30-21. Their biggest lead has been 10.
And just 3 seconds on the clock.
First half is about history. Second throw, Davis got a pair. He rattled that one in. 31-21.
Good pass. They're going to get a shot.
3-point range. Oh, almost. Almost. Brian Beverly launched that from just the top of the circle and just about got it. But Central Catholic goes to the locker room with a 10-point lead thanks to a very, very good second quarter. At halftime, our score, Central Catholic 31, U-High 21. Underway in the second half of the ball game. 31-21 Central Catholic on the lead as John Lippick misses inside. Brian Beverly with the board. Lippick with the follow.
Well, you give them 3 shots down inside. They're going to come up with something. Here's Central on the transition again, though. Now they have to pull it out. 31-23. Josh Davis on the perimeter, just inside the 3-point arc. And here's Brian Beverly with the board. He's not shy.
We'll have some first half stats for you at the first opportunity. 31-23. 8-point margin being maintained at the present time by Central Catholic. Jump ball, a scramble ensues on the floor. Take a look quickly at those halftime statistics.
Statistics, Art. 40% field goal percentage for Central. Not much to separate. 36 for U-High. Nobody's missed a free throw. Not too many turnovers. Big rebounding edge for the Saints, though.
13 of 32 from the field for Central and 9 of 25 for U-High. In the defensive zone, immediately a reach-in on Brady Knight, number 14, and he is whistled for his first personal foul. 31-23. Basketball to be inbounded by Central Catholic. Lippick narrowed this thing, Dan, with that follow-up bucket. That's what Central was killing U-High with in the first half.
Jones specifically. That might be a traveling call.
Shanahan lost the basketball. Pretty good pressure being applied by Brady Knight primarily. Let's see who actually was on the job defensive. Yeah, it was Knight, wasn't it? Number 14.
You see him go up and down.
Here's a steal as we go back to live action. Rob Zanoni blocked beautifully by Beverly. Basketball trying to make the save was Rob Zanoni, and the Pioneers have it. It looks like Cal Hubbard has his ball club turning things up just a notch out here, Dan, third period.
May have had some words of fire for the troops at halftime.
Our tally currently stands at 31-23. The lead still belongs to Central Catholic, up 8.
Nice bit of dribbling there by Mr. Graff.
Graff to Lippick. Boy, Lippick just can't buy one at long range. Rebound, Beverly.
Well, Beverly's got control of things underneath right now, Art.
9 points for Brian Beverly. He's the scoring leader in the first half. He had 7, now has 9. Lippick with a total of 8 at this point. Zanoni to the basket, Beverly all over it.
If we get another look at that, you're going to see it like the water parting for Moses. Zanoni just suddenly has the whole lane, and he says, I'll take that.
There's Beverly. Beverly moves over, the wide body on the inside at 6'3", 200 pounds, and stuffs it on Rob, and Rob will be at the line, mercifully shooting 2. Rob Zanoni. Senior sharpshooter for the Saints, carries a 12.2 average on the season.
Nobody's missed a free throw yet in this game. I see if I put the whammy on him.
You didn't. Zanoni nails it. That's right. Both clubs. Central now 5 of 5. U-High's had one opportunity. They made it. You know what John Snyder was trying about? He was saying his club was only shooting 56% at the line. We haven't seen him miss yet.
Generally, when John cries about something, you start to see some improvement in it right away.
Second throw, well, we finally jinxed him, didn't we?
Talked him into missing one, didn't we?
Rattled off the back iron. Pioneers up. Here's Neil Hubbard. Hubbard's pass.
There's that quickness again.
Taken away by Zanoni.
Touchdown.
Zanoni has the solo. Foul to boot.
Boy.
Brady Knight fouled him. Now there's a big play for Central Catholic.
Real big turnaround, and you'll see Zanoni protect the ball. Whoop, almost carried it.
Yep.
Protect it with his body, and he gets fouled. Little push in the back.
Well, they didn't call the foul the way I thought they did. They called the foul on Neil Hubbard. That was his first, not on Knight. So, at the line is Zanoni trying to complete the three-pointer and make it a 10-point lead, and he does.
That rim down on that end is kind. Back to the 10-point lead.
Wasn't all that friendly in the first half to U-High, however. 35-25, Central Catholic by 10. Graff from the corner. Rebound, Jones, and Lippick is over his back. John Lippick climbing in the act of rebounding.
I just really don't think they're going to get back in this game shooting like that from the perimeter, Art.
No, there you see it again, and Lippick clearly climbs as he tries to get back the offensive board. The Pioneers are trying to crash that offensive board, though, Dan, and battle their way back into this one. So far, it has paid off a little bit. They're better on the offensive boards than they were the first half.
Yep.
I think, let's see, first half offensive rebounding, I do have that stat. The Saints had 12 offensive rebounds in the first half to just 4 for the Pioneers. That's a devastating statistic right there.
Something like a 23 or 24 to 11 edge overall.
Right.
There's your 10-point difference.
35-25, Central Catholic with the 10-point cushion. Jack Shanahan on the right-handed dribble. Bounce pass. This is Josh Davis holding. There you see him, number 21. Right corner to Dunn, back to Davis. Davis is bumped as he tried to go down the lane and give Brady Knight the personal foul, his second. Knight slid over to stop him. Note here how quick Josh Davis is. There is Josh.
He's by you before you can do anything.
Really slipped there in a hurry. Where's Josh? Oh, here he is. He was talking to Ronnie Jones, and Ronnie isn't the biggest guy on the floor, the official. Of course, Ronnie, one of the fine fast-pitch softball players in this town, and you've seen him many, many times. Dan had called a few ball games involving Ron. Will play for the Bloomington Hearts this year.
Step up for him.
He's a fine player. He played with the Hearts last year at tournament time a little bit, though, remember? They picked him up.
And he was the heart and soul of that old-style team.
I think he's going to play third base, they tell me, this year. He's been a second baseman. Of course, they got a guy named Jim Collins out at second base.
I actually have even seen him do a little catching.
Have you really?
Yep.
Talking about Ronnie Jones, the official, and that's Josh Davis, the basketball player, who just dropped in a pair. 37-25. This is the biggest lead.
And I've got Ronnie confused. He played for Beer Nuts, of course. That's right.
Then played for the Hearts in one of the postseason tournaments, I believe in the Nationals. Turnaround is off by Lippick, and on the rebound, let's see how the foul is going to go. Beverly, I think. U-High making a concerted effort to get to that offensive board and making a lot of contact. The foul is on Beverly, and I've got 4 on him. It is.
And there he is over the back.
There's a devastating foul call with 5:25 to go in the third period. Brian Beverly picks up his 4th.
And with him out of there, I don't think it's any secret the Pioneers are in a little bit of trouble here, down by a dozen points.
Tom Reed checks in. He was 6'5", 180, a junior, but nowhere in the score. Beverly is. Free throw by Dunn is going to be allowed. The ball was grabbed out of there by Reed.
Oh, boy.
The free throw will be allowed by Steve Dunn to make it 38-25. Ball was right up on the cylinder, and Reed did indeed grab it. One more throw coming. Second throw. Dunn.
That helps the free throw percentage.
8 points for Steve Dunn. The Saints have been miraculous. They're 6 out of 7 in this quarter. 10 out of 11 on the ball game at the line. 39-25, and Shanahan a reach-in against Clark Rogers of U-High, and the officials right now getting very, very active with the whistle out there.
I was going to say a minute ago, is it my imagination or are things being called a little bit tighter? There you got another look at the foul.
They have played the fastest first half in history of basketball, but
about 20 minutes.
Here's Clark Rogers. McGrath, the Pioneers throw it away.
And a good job of just using the body to protect the ball there by Mr. Davis.
U-High trying to adjust to a coaching change, of course. Cal Hubbard in his first year, and this ball club is just having difficulty really gelling, meshing together, and as we pointed out top of the broadcast, this is only the 3rd home game of the season. Look at Josh Davis dribble through traffic.
And find the open man.
Zanoni. Whistle, offensive foul, Zanoni.
If we get another look at that, well, I got a question, but I thought the defensive man was up in the air.
You asked for it, you got it? All right, expert, what happened?
I'll go with the official. I guess he had his feet on the floor. He just reached.
That replay is usually very revealing, isn't it?
Yeah, those guys don't get a chance to look at it again.
Hubbard at long range. Karams off. Rebound.
Man
Josh
on
Davis.
The floor with
Here's
the
Josh circling. Does a 360. Spins the ball off to Chris Jones in the paint. Chris leans. It is. You saw it.
It's now a 9-0 run for Central Catholic, and they've opened it up.
41-25 Saints with 4:30 to go in the game's third period. Central Catholic hustling. Tremendous tempo they play out. Lippick on the turnaround. It won't go.
Just can't buy that shot inside.
On top of that, this U-High ball club is ice cold. About a 36% shooting club in the first half. They're only shooting 38 from the field for the season. And we have a foul whistled out front. And it is going to go to Graff. Eric Graff picks up his 3rd. 41-25.
A real good crowd here at University High School. They've showed a lot of enthusiasm, but the air is starting to go out of this place a little bit. There you see the bump with the body. He came away with the ball, but had to foul to do it.
Josh Davis, who has converted on all 4 of his free throw attempts this evening, is at the line, and it's a 1-and-1 situation. Already the Saints are on the bonus. 3 more fouls before U-High will go on the bonus. Josh Davis nails the free throw as the bonus toss coming. Saints 42-25 lead. Leaving for U-High is Lippick, and coming back on is Matt Kane. Pioneers have made a couple other changes. Jeff Graham back in the ball game. Rogers stays out there. Kane along with Reed and Jeff Otto. Second throw. But retrieved
look at the hustle there with Davis.
Josh Davis grabs it in the corner, and ball they're going to say was knocked out by the Pioneers. Well, let's see who was over there. It looked like number 42, Jeff Graham, might have been the first guy to the ball. 42-25, 4:14 to play, third quarter. Shanahan holds the ball out front.
You're in no hurry now.
It's only been a 4-point quarter for U-High. Ball knocked away from Davis, but Josh picks it back up and backpedals. Jeff Otto, number 30, was challenging him. Here's Shanahan to Kiley. That is stolen. Kiley lost the basketball off the floor. Jeff Graham with it.
Central hasn't had too many turnovers. That's the first one of this half, I think.
Otto shot blocked on the steal. Bringing it up quickly. Cal Hubbard not too happy with the call on the U-High bench. Well, a foul should have been called. The official saw it as a block. Here's Shanahan for Central Catholic, number 11. Off to Kiley's wearing number 25. Josh Davis, number 21 with the basketball. On the high post is Chris Jones. Shanahan penetrates, gets the ball to Kiley. Kiley goes
Drag the foot.
Travel. And John Snyder gets up, does a little pacing. You can see John down there at the bottom of your screen, pacing just a shade in front of the Central Catholic bench. John isn't really too unhappy. His club has a 42-25 lead. Going to see the mover out here right now.
It's a good move.
Yep. There's the travel on the baseline right there by Zanoni.
Drag the foot.
Back to live action. U-High with the basketball. Graham to Rogers to Graham. Lob for Reed. Overthrown, but deflected out by Steve Dunn of Central Catholic. Saints have had only 2 field goals this quarter, so have U-High, but Central Catholic has added 7 out of 8 free throws.
And again, it's the cold shooting for U-High that's been the difference in this half. Remember, Beverly got that stick back early on to make it a 7-point game at 32-25, but it's all Saints since then, literally.
Lippick comes back in now, and John has the basketball. 6'7", 180-pound senior. Rogers fires a pass, and a little collapsing on the part of the Saints as the player foul was Matt Kane. Let's see how they're going to separate this one, and they're going to call the foul on Dunn. Foul number 2 on Steve Dunn. U-High will host the Class A Regional in this immediate area. Central Catholic and U-High both in that. There's Lippick with the jumper.
Saints all over the board again.
And I used to work with Ron Nikovich on the state tournament, Dan. When Ron was our color man, the coach at LaGrange, he would have called that last shot by Lippick a PJ.
PJ?
It's a pull-up jumper.
Pull-up jumper.
Pull-up jumper, yeah, PJ. He also had a Blue Jay because they had blue in the lane down at Champaign. That's a shot in the paint, a jump shot. At any rate, we digress. The ball deflected out front, loose on the floor, scramble, jump ball.
So here it would be a green J.
GJ.
GJ, okay.
Right? You with me?
Yeah, at 42-25, you can talk about anything you want to.
2:31 left to go, third period. Central Catholic.
Oh, he's open.
Lippick underneath.
Well, maybe that'll get him rolling.
10 points for John Lippick. Yeah, they kind of backdoored it. 42-27. We're going to see Lippick get the field goal here.
He saw Lippick underneath there and got it right to him, and here's a breakaway.
Here's the steal to Matt Kane. Kane lays it up, won't go. Rebound. Graham scrambles. Zanoni scrambles, jump ball.
Central's ball.
Yeah, on the change of possession, and there is Graham helping Rob Zanoni to his feet. That has been the story of the season for Cal Hubbard and his Pioneers.
That's a tough one.
Shot this wouldn't go down after the steal. 42-27. The score remains with 2:07 to go, third period. And Central Catholic has the basketball. Here is Zanoni. Zanoni dribbling away out front from Jeff Otto. Otto 6'2", 168 at junior. Ball knocked in the defensive zone, but Zanoni retrieves it.
Of course, seeing U-High be a little bit more aggressive, try to get the hand in there, and there's a foul over the back.
Kiley worked the ball inside to Dunn, and Dunn was wrapped up by Matt Kane, number 50. Second foul on Kane. So with 1:50 to go in the third period, it's a 42-27 score.
Fouls have slowed things down a little bit, Art. I thought we were going to see the first 45-minute basketball game in the history of the IHSA.
Never happened. Josh Davis leaves. Jack Shanahan comes on for Central Catholic. There you see the scoreboard, 42-27. At the line, number 34, Steve Dunn. Dunn's a 6'2" junior for the Saints, averaging 11.9. And he'll take the bonus throw, as Central Catholic has been lethal at the free throw line tonight. They lead 43-27. Saints will be at Pontiac on Friday night. Second throw up, and they go in or not? I was looking down the scorebook. Okay. So Dunn nets a pair. Dunn now with 4 in a row. 44-27. As the lead steadily increasing for the Central Catholic Saints, we have a whistle stopping play, pushing on the inside, and this is going to go against Central Catholic. And the push-off is on Chris Jones.
You'll see it here as they try to go inside, off the ball.
17-point lead to Central Catholic. They've had a tremendous third period. Clark Rogers out front with the inbounds pass for the Pioneers. Pioneers need to really warm up. Lippick turns on the basket, hangs on the rim. Rebound effort by Graham. A foul.
He pushed off to get it.
Yep. They're going to blow the foul on Jeff Graham, pushing off to get rebounding position. That's his first foul. Now we parade to the opposite end of the floor, and there's number 23, Rob Zanoni, at the free throw line for the Saints. And Zanoni on the evening is 2 out of 3. Has a total for himself of 8 points in the ball game.
It's been a terrific half for Central, as you say, Art, but boy, you'd like to credit it to the Central defense, but the 6 points for U-High, more something of cold shooting than as you see another shot fall off the rim.
There, Graham, I don't know if you caught it or not. That was where he just pushed off. And now Brian Beverly checks back in. Beverly, you'll note, of course, has that heavy brace on his right leg. Can't see it right now, but you've seen it during the course of the ball game. That was a football injury a couple of years ago. But he has played very, very well on that injury, and it's a protective device on the right leg. Zanoni at the line. One more throw to Rob Zanoni, 45-27. 18-point lead to Central Catholic in the third quarter. So Zanoni now makes it a 19-point cushion at 46-27 as U-High has had only a 6-point third quarter.
And a 14-2 run for Central Catholic.
Yeah, spectacular period for the Saints. Beverly twist inside, got it.
Beverly's been a bright spot for U-High tonight.
Give the assist to Clark Rogers. He set up Brian Beverly for the turnaround jumper on the inside. 46-29. That would be a TJ. Turnaround jumper.
Turnaround jumper.
There you go. 46-29. Here's Shannon across. We're under a minute. 55 seconds for number 3. Ball knocked out of bounds. They're going to say off Zanoni. John Snyder up in front of the Saints bench, saying a little more caution would be advisable, gentlemen, if you don't want to run laps in practice tomorrow. Ball to be inbounded to Rogers, knocked out of bounds, and it's going to belong still to U-High as one of the Saints got a hand on that cross-court pass. Central Catholic presses all the time. That's the stock and trade. Very rarely do they get out of it. They tend to zone a lot, but they always drop out of that pressure defense. Here is Beverly. Beverly, shot was blocked. Basket is going to count. He was fouled by Steve Dunn. Foul number 3 on Dunn. Nice turnaround effort by Brian Beverly, who has, Dan has pointed out repeatedly, having himself a ball game, but he's riding with 4 fouls.
Here he is with the TJ, Art.
Yep.
The old turnaround jumper. And a 3-point try, and a little bit of a run here by U-High, actually, in the person of Mr. Beverly, can make it a 14-point game.
46-31, 44 seconds to go. Of course, with a 3-point shot, anything can happen in basketball, although U-High is not known as a 3-point shooting team, but it's now 46-32. They have it down to 14. Checking in for the Saints, number 44, Ben Hildebrand. Hildebrand is a 6'3" senior. He's on the floor, replacing Dunn as John Snyder goes a bit deeper in his bench. He has 8 or 9 kids play quite a bit for him. Josh Davis back on the floor. Josh travel. Pretty good double team. I'll tell you, U-High's pressure defense finally starting to be a little bit more successful.
Finding some momentum, trying to get the crowd back into the game.
Well, they got some size on Davis that time. They had Lippick involved in the double team, and at 5'6", Josh just couldn't see over him. 37 seconds to go.
They go to Beverly again.
Lippick, free throw line extended for 2.
Well, Madam Mo, momentum on the side of U-High right now.
46-34, 12-point Saint lead. Hildebrand juggles the ball in the corner to number 21, Josh Davis. Out here to Rob Zanoni to Shanahan, down to 17 seconds for the quarter. The Dean, John Snyder, wants his club to play for one good shot at the end of the period. Here's the bounce into Davis. Davis off the baseline.
He has a disarming shot, Art. It looks like it's not in control at all, but that's the second one like that he's made.
And that's it at the end of the quarter. It's a 14-point ball game as we prepare for the final 8 minutes. After 3 in the U-High Gym Corn Belt Conference battle, Central Catholic 48, University High School 34.
The U-High pom-pom squad just finishing things up.
Yeah, we had a third period, Dan, where Central Catholic outscored U-High 17-13. It could have been a lot more one-sided than that. Little flurry at the end of the quarter.
It was all streaks. 4 points right off the bat for U-High, then a run of 12 out of 14 for Central Catholic, and then a 7-point run for U-High.
In the middle, jumper Beverly. Turned around in the paint by Brian Beverly.
Well, Beverly's keeping the Pioneers close.
Beverly with 16 points, 12-point ball game, 48
turnover.
Done on the travel. Well, this momentum is a funny thing. Dan was mentioning it. In the number of ball games I've seen things dramatically change over the years has been many, 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 and it could happen out here tonight.
And you do have, of course, the three-point shot now.
Lippick, baseline.
My goodness, and a foul. They're going to get the ball back, Art.
Basket by Lippick makes it a 10-point ball game at 48-38. Ronnie Jones called a foul.
Well, they're in the bonus, so you got a possible 4-point play here.
I think it's undone. It is, and it's his fourth. So Beverly has 4 fouls. Dunn has 4 fouls. John Snyder says, hey, I've seen enough. Timeout, Central Catholic. We have 7:36 to go, just barely underway in the final period.
I think we're going to go into the huddle.
There's John Snyder, the dean, talking to his troops. They had this thing out to 17 points, remember? And there's Cal Hubbard, whose pressure defense suddenly started to take a toll. But more than that, Dan, U-High started shooting the ball well.
They started hitting the shots. And that's something, again, that Hubbard has said all year. The shots have been there. They haven't fallen.
Well, we've got a 48-38 ball game, 10-point story. Now, the foul column is very important because Brian Beverly, who is holding the hot hand for U-High, has 4 fouls. Steve Dunn, a very reliable and important member of that Central Catholic front line, also riding with 4 fouls. As you see, U-High still in the huddle. The Saints back out on the floor with Shanahan, Davis, Zanoni, Dunn, and Jones.
Big free throws because not only would it, of course, pull U-High within 8, they could set up that full court pressure, which has bothered Central Catholic the past 3 or 4 minutes.
And pick up 2 points with the clock not running. Free throw Beverly. Doesn't get it. Rebound.
Good hustle by Beverly, just couldn't come up with it.
Knocked out of bounds by the white-clad U-High Pioneers, and the Saints will inbound the basketball. Here is Rob Zanoni looking for Josh Davis.
Better
Good defensive pressure into Shanahan and knocked out of bounds. Over Shanahan's shoulder, a reach in by Jeff Otto, but no foul. So the Saints have the basketball back.
Had a little bit of trouble with this pressure. No man on the ball.
Shanahan, you see right under his own defensive basket. The guy on him is number 10, Rogers. Rogers crowds Shanahan, and Shanahan broke away from it by dribbling out of traffic toward the sideline. Josh Davis, number 14, is Brady Knight on Davis. Low, Jones on against Lippick. The ball rolls around, rebound, Dunn, big bucket for Central Catholic. Steve Dunn.
Big break for Central Catholic because it looked like Lippick was going to come away with it.
50-38, Saints by 12. As Rogers, being double-teamed, clears the ball off to the sophomore Brady Knight. Holding out front is Rogers. Clark Rogers tries to start down the lane, and Shanahan picks up the foul. Number 3 on Jack Shanahan. It's got to be one of the smallest backcourts in Central Catholic history, but a very talented one in Josh Davis and Jack Shanahan. They're very, very quick. Checking back in now for U-High comes Neil Hubbard. So they have Hubbard, Lippick, Rogers at the line.
Hubbard may start platooning Beverly here and only play him on the offensive end. Trying to protect him with the 4 fouls.
Yeah, but that's hard to do in basketball.
He's giving him a breather at any rate.
50-39. Second throw by Rogers. He got a pair. 2 big ones by Clark Rogers. And we got a 50-40 ball game once again. The Saint lead again narrowed to 10 points. Rob Zanoni having trouble, gets the ball into Josh Davis. He is pressured.
That ball was touched by Central Catholic, yes. It happened. That was right in front of us, and Zanoni got a finger on that ball before it went out of bounds.
Well, you're not too far wrong, Dan, because the offensive platoon just came in. Here is Brian Beverly back out there. Beverly pulls it up in the paint. Won't go. Lippick with the board. John back to the glass.
And the crowd's back in the game.
Lippick nets it to make it 50-42. This is the closest that U-High's been in a long, long time.
Since the first half.
They were down 17 once in the third quarter.
Beverly made a basket early in the third quarter to make it 7. It's the closest they've been since then.
Shanahan to Davis. Zanoni.
Good
offensive foul.
Move. Oh, they got him for the charge. And you can see the crowd across the way on their feet. Do you think it's a charge? You're going to see it. Yeah, he looked like he was set.
Yeah, pretty good call, I would say.
I haven't had any quibble with the Jones boys tonight yet.
Good officials, no doubt about that. 50-42, 6:24, a long way to go in this one. 8-point lead to Central Catholic against on-charging U-High here on the Pioneers' home floor.
Pioneers can get within 6 or 5.
Brady Knight. The sophomore, as cool as can be, pokes up that bomb at about 14 feet, 50-44.
This really is extraordinary. U-High on a 10-2 run.
Pioneers have just completely reversed their earlier performance. Hold out Lippick against Jones inside, foul John Lippick.
And the big difference is they've made, we don't have the running statistics here, but they have to have made 6 or 7 out of 8.
Well, they made 4 buckets in the fourth quarter. They have a total of 10 points. They've outscored the Saints 10-2 here in the final stanza. And at the line is Chris Jones, a 1-and-1 for Central Catholic. And these are very important free throws for the Saints if they hope to stem the tide. All the momentum's with U-High. Jones free throw won't go. Beverly had it. Deflects it over to Lippick. Scramble. Traveling violation. Going to go to U-High. Down on the floor, Lippick and Rob Zanoni. They help one another up, and little Jack Shanahan gets in there and gives his teammate a hand, but John Snyder does some pacing now in front of the Central Catholic bench.
We can go back into the third quarter. Central Catholic led this game 46-27. U-High's outscored them 17-4.
Well, that's what it should be in intercity basketball.
Just what the doctor ordered for loyal TV 10 viewers. Well, we got a ball game.
Hard-fought battle. Shanahan on Rogers, foul. Shanahan, that's his 4th.
It's not really a good foul for Shanahan. In addition to being the 4th foul, Rogers wasn't going to do anything from there.
Now watch the hand check here. This is what you're going to see is a hand check by Shanahan. Watch his hands. There you go. Here we go again. That's it right there.
He's not really going to do any good back there, Art.
He fouled him 3 times. Clark Rogers is at the line, 1-and-1.
Big free throws. There's one.
Has Rogers been cool or not? 3 free throws in a row. Remember the great assist to Beverly earlier in the quarter? 50-45. 5-point lead to Central Catholic.
This is unbelievable.
Second
4-point game. John might need another timeout.
The Saints bring it down. Zanoni on the drive goes coast to coast, lays it in. Right
Big
down
basket.
the pike. Nobody cut him off. 52-46.
Second time that's happened. The other time he picked up a foul.
Jeff Rogers being crowded by Zanoni. Now on Rogers is number 21, Josh Davis. Right side to Otto. They work low to Lippick. Lippick turns on the hoop.
Oh, again missing the shot inside.
Rebound pulled down by Chris Jones. Jones to Zanoni to Shanahan.
Now U-High needs a stop here. They're in this game. They just really need a big defensive stand here.
Saints up 6. 5:04 to go. 52-46 Central Catholic. Josh Davis to Shanahan. The team that led by 17 in the third period. Zanoni to the basket.
Boy, that young man can certainly penetrate.
Well, he's a great clutch player. He's gotten a jillion clutch baskets already for John Snyder this year, and Central's back to an 8-point lead at 54-46. Clark Rogers circles out. On him is Josh Davis. Right side holding high is Jeff Otto. We've got a block on the inside. I think the foul's going to go against U-High. Illegal pick on John Lippick away from the ball, setting an illegal screen. He had to be moving and jostle somebody. See if we can see Lippick here.
It's off the ball.
Yeah, there's Lippick on the inside. It was to the left of your screen. At any rate, he was called for the pick.
It looked like Zanoni trying to go across the lane, and Lippick pushed him.
Central Catholic gives you trouble because they're so extremely active. They run the motion offense when they come down the floor, and they really almost get you into some 1-on-1 situations. Certainly Zanoni does, and John Snyder wouldn't admit it, I'm sure, but John never, it's too critical of occasionally a little 1-on-1 basketball, particularly when he has the quickness edge. Chris Jones is at the line. Missed up there a moment ago. Didn't miss this one.
He's really had a good game, too.
Looks like Central may have settled down now. They're back to a 9-point lead with 4:43 to go at 55-46.
The big play was that coast-to-coast drive by Zanoni when Central really needed a basket. It's a 10-point lead again.
Jones makes the second throw, 56-46. Clock shows 4:38 to play. Over the 10-second line, the Pioneers. Brady Knight's number 14. Clark Rogers, number 10. Reach in, Josh Davis.
Very aggressive defense from Central Catholic.
That's one John Snyder doesn't want, though. He's got a 10-point lead. Too early to think about running clock, but he doesn't want to put U-High at the line with an opportunity to close the gap. and no time expire.
And Rogers has stepped up and hit some big free throws.
He's 4 out of 4 at the stripe. He got his free throw shooting percentage on the season. Free throw is good, and whatever it is on the season, it's certainly excellent here tonight.
Looks like a good one.
Well, let's see. Maybe you got his free throw percentage here.
We get another one.
Yeah, you do. Rogers was only 6 of 10. Only been to the line 10 times on the year.
He's improved on that considerably.
Yeah, I guess so. 56-48. Saints with the basketball. Chris Jones points at Lippick. He and Lippick are jostling on the inside a little bit. Look at 44 and 42. 42 in the blue, 44 in the white. John Snyder wants a timeout. 4:10 to go. Central Catholic's going to take a timeout here. They lead it by 8 at 56-48. And we'll be back in just a moment. There we look into the U-High huddle as we see Cal Hubbard talking to his Pioneers. They made a whale of a run, but Central Catholic got the poise back. That's a sign of a good, solid basketball team, Dan, because the Saints, you have to say they're on the road, although they played a home game here against Washington last Saturday night on this floor. But they have a lot of poise for a group of kids that really don't have all that much experience.
And the crowd definitely behind U-High this time.
Well, pretty good turnout from both schools, but a good U-High turnout, you're right. And the Saints seemingly have weathered it, but still, we have better than half the fourth quarter to go. And the lead is only 8. Inbounds knocked away by Brian Beverly. Remember, Beverly's playing with 4 fouls. So is Steve Dunn of Central Catholic. Lippick has 3 for U-High. 56-48. Josh Davis into Rob Zanoni. These teams could meet again.
Don't call anything.
If they meet again, it would be a regional tournament play after this one tonight. Davis to Shanahan. Shanahan out front on the right-handed dribble. Yes, kind of saunters around out there.
Central Catholic, no hurry now.
3:51 to go. Chris Jones, Josh Davis. Davis comes out to Shanahan. Here's Shanahan. He just circles away. Clark Rogers moves to him with 3:40 left to go in the ball game. 56-48. Central Catholic up by 8. Sophomore game tonight went to U-High 59-41. Ball deflected away on the inside by the Pioneers. In the normal U-High regional on February 20th, that tournament will open on this floor with Roanoke Benson meeting Deer Creek Mackinac. We got an offensive foul against the Saints. Central Catholic will open his tournament bid against Peoria Heights on Wednesday, February 21st. Then Eureka plays U-High. El Paso, who lost for the first time to Eureka recently, is the ball club that is number 1 in the seed and drew a first-round bye. U-High down quickly. Beverly to the glass.
6-point game.
56-50.
Good transition basket.
That last foul, by the way, was on Zanoni. Dunn comes back.
See, so important there to look to the basket, not just try to kill clock, but take that good shot if you got it.
58-50, and Dunn responded with a nice little pull-up on the baseline. 3 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. Still just an 8-point lead to Central Catholic. Jeff Otto holds the ball high, 6'2" junior. Otto looks low to Lippick. Lippick had it and lost it. With a reach-in foul, they took Lippick off the hook. He had lost the ball, and then Chris Jones fouled him. That's 3 on Chris. So the foul column is mounting rather rapidly as Lippick will go to the line in a one-on-one situation. Lippick on the evening with 16 points.
He's a 77% free throw shooter.
18 points for Beverly. That's pretty good. 77? How many times has he been there?
30 out of 39.
Huh. He just drilled that. 58-51. Something of a nail-biter starting to develop here in the old U-High Gymnasium tonight with 2:53 to go. Central Catholic has led throughout. Second throw. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Lippick. 58-52. Central's lead down to 6 once again. That's Rob Zanoni weaving through traffic. Rogers is number 10 for U-High, and Rogers got him.
And Central Catholic is going to have to make some free throws, it appears. Hubbard's going to put them on the line.
Well, you got an 18-point total for Brian Beverly, as we mentioned, and Lippick with 12, 14, 18 as well. And there you see it.
The obvious little push.
And Zanoni at the line. 58-52, 2:46 left.
Well, there's the miss they wanted.
Well, John Snyder's club has not been shooting free throws well, and they may have to drop them at the line to preserve this victory. Shooting only 56% at the free throw line. Jeff Otto holds just outside the three-point arc. Into Brady Knight to Lippick.
In and out.
Rebound. Lippick gets it deflected. He's got it. Won't go. Rebound again to Lippick. Blocked. Beautifully by Dunn. Taken out by Rogers to Knight. And finally hauled out on the inside by Steve Dunn.
4 chances, Art. They just couldn't buy it.
Yeah, but credit Steve Dunn with a great block on the inside, then a great rebound. Dunn played a lot of defense in that particular flourish for the Saints. 58-52 with 2 minutes left.
That was a huge stand for Central Catholic.
It really was, like a goal line stand in football. Here's Steve Dunn with 1:59 showing. His club is up 6, 58-52. Shanahan. Josh Davis holding. Back to Shanahan. Now Jack just out in the center circle. He's in no hurry.
Minute 50.
Club is up 6, 58-52. Zanoni. Shanahan. Dunn.
U-High's going to have to pressure it a little bit more.
Yeah, U-High basically man-to-man. They looked like a zone for a moment. I couldn't believe that. And they weren't zoning. They were man-to-man. In the middle is Jones. His shot is not going to count. Didn't make it anyway.
Oh, he took steps.
And John Snyder is irate at his ball player. Here's John pacing up and down. John's only done this for 32 years. Won 459 and lost 378 in that tenure.
You'll see Jones take the steps.
There's the walking violation on Chris Jones. All right, 1:30 left to go in the ball game. Big possession for U-High. They're down 6, 58-52.
Need to hurry
Rogers
a little bit.
to Lippick, foul. Sagging back in, Josh Davis got him on the wrist. Well, that may not be a bad foul from this standpoint. At least Lippick, who is a good free throw shooter, has to prove it. And Josh didn't want to give him that turnaround pull-up at about 8 feet inside the paint. Lippick is at the line already with an 18-point total on the evening. Leading the Saints tonight, Dunn has 14. Zanoni with 16. Free throw by Lippick is no good. One more throw. Remains at 58-52, so that's a pretty good foul by Davis. Second throw, John Lippick. Just hangs on the iron. He missed a pair. The rebound
foul works out.
Dunn tipped to Zanoni. Zanoni grabbed it and was fouled by Jeff Otto.
Well, 2 big misses there by Lippick, and now Dunn can put Central Catholic in pretty good shape.
All right, at the free throw line,
Zanoni,
will go Zanoni, yeah. Rob Zanoni at the line. 58-52 with 1:22 to go in the ball game.
He missed on the front end of the 1-and-1 just a second ago.
He got this one. So Zanoni on the evening for a Central Catholic team that came in not shooting free throws very well. Zanoni in the second half is 5 out of 7. That's his total for the ball game. 59-52. Second throw, Rob Zanoni. Ice water in his veins. This kid has made big play after big play, not only tonight, but all season long. Across. Clark Rogers, bounce pass left, Brady Knight. Rogers.
U-High might have to start looking for 3. Well, they got Beverly.
Beverly inside, rolled it home, got it on the outer iron, just sort of danced in for him. 60-54. 6-point lead again.
1 minute.
Here's Josh Davis for the Saints. Davis lost it, got it back, and from behind, foul on Lippick.
That should be.
How do you like that for a matchup?
That's 4 on Lippick.
Here is 5'6" Josh Davis and John Lippick at 6'7", reaching over his shoulder.
He slapped him with his numbers there.
Okay, there we go. There you go. There's that matchup. Be a wrestling match. They stop it, wouldn't they, Dan? Here is Josh at the Gratis line, down to far in the floor as we view it from our broadcasting spot up in the corner here at U-High. Free throw.
Big miss.
Josh can't get her to stick. 60-54. 50 seconds to go. 6-point lead. U-High's Beverly tips and it's going to be out of bounds. Belong to Central Catholic. Yep. Great effort by Beverly trying to keep it alive. 45 seconds to go and Otto comes back in for Neil Hubbard. Now for U-High, as Cal Hubbard is trying everything he can. Wants a little more quickness out there. Otto on Josh Davis. Speaking of quickness, boy, Davis almost went over and back and was fouled in the process. And the foul is going to go to Jeff Otto, who came back in the ball game. Here's your classic foul at the timeline. They tried to pin Davis to the sideline, get the trap on him.
He almost went over and back.
Used the sideline as an extra man over there, but the contact was made, and Josh Davis to the free throw line. You see, you have Josh missing a free throw last trip. And I've got him missing 2 in a row. He's 5 out of 7 for the evening. 60-54 Central Catholic. Only 41 ticks of the clock remain.
It's tough for U-High now.
Yeah, that defensive effort by Dunn down here and the subsequent rebound, the last flurry.
Big turning point.
That might have been the turning point.
U-High had 4 shots at the basket if you count the block, and just couldn't get it done.
Second throw, Davis. Josh nets a pair. And we got a timeout taken by Central Catholic with 41 seconds left. John Snyder wants to make sure his youngsters do what he wants them to do on defense, and I think probably he just wants to go to a little denial, but does not want to give them the easy shot. Certainly doesn't want to foul. 62-54 Central Catholic on top by 8. 41 seconds left. Back in just a moment. Well, we're down to the final 41 seconds. John Snyder took the timeout.
Well, stranger things have happened. U-High has the ball, but a big hill to climb here. 8 points in 40 seconds and a bad pass.
Saints have 4 in double figures. They come up with a steal. And immediately foul on Rogers. Clark Rogers commits foul number 2 for Central Catholic at this point. 18 for Zanoni. 14 apiece for Davis and Dunn, and 12 for Chris Jones. That's the kind of balance coaches talk about, isn't it?
Yes.
Rob Zanoni will try to add to that total right now at the line. He's been up there all night long. Free throw by Zanoni. Rebound taken down by Steve Dunn.
That's a backbreaker.
Well, the Saints have the confidence now. They really have it wrapped up. But here's Rogers fouling Josh Davis. It'll be a 1-and-1 call. We get now into that area where you have to look for the intentional foul, although it is rarely called.
That one was a pretty rowdy foul.
That could have been called intentional. Josh is at the line. I'll tell you, the officials in the McLean County tournament last week, there's the dean, John Snyder, on the central bench.
I think he's got another notch in his belt.
Looks like he's picked up win number 460 during his coaching career. Free throw is up and in. It's good.
And a 2-game sweep, at least, over U-High with maybe 1 to go.
John Snyder, a native of Cornell, Illinois. There's Cal Hubbard. Cal is not overjoyed, struggling his first year at his alma mater.
Long year.
Second throw is up and in. 64-54. Saints by 10. Pioneers Lippick at 3-point range. It rattles up and hits in the bracketing up over the basket. But, you know, the Pioneers have only been at home 3 times, Dan, and tournament time is upcoming. Pretty good ball club, really, I think, potentially, and the tournament's on this floor.
Which obviously can't hurt.
Josh Davis gets the inbounds pass for the Saints. He now watch him try to stay away from people so he doesn't get fouled, and he finally is, I'll tell you, catching Davis to foul him is a problem. Foul is on Jeff Otto.
Yeah, funny things can happen in the month of March, and getting that good start here on the home floor certainly gives U-High some possibilities.
Well, I know I've talked to Cal Hubbard about just that, and that's exactly what he's pointing for right now. Of course, he wants game-to-game improvement. They played pretty well tonight in the second half. That whole first half shooting left them down 10 at halftime, and I guess the club is good as Central Catholic. And the Saints are a good basketball team. That's almost digging yourself too deep a hole. Davis.
Made a real good run at it, but then got in a situation here where they had to foul. And
Brady Knight, the sophomore, 3-pointer, Lippick. Rebound, Beverly, back to the glass. In and out, rebound again, Brian Beverly, back up.
That's a real nice punctuation mark on the evening for Mr. Beverly. He has really had a great game.
20-point ball game, and it's all over. The game is history here at the U-High Gymnasium, Corn Belt Conference affair, and the Saints of Central Catholic walk off the floor finally with an 8-point victory. The final score, Central Catholic 64, U-High 56.